to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Back on the Big Dumb Fun Show, that was Montia with Part of Me. And before that, Livy High, Pictures of You, a great band out of Wichita, Kansas.
I'd like to welcome Phil Swill back in the studio. Welcome back, sir.
Right on.
It's actually not welcome back to this studio. It was like another one that we were out of the last time we spoke with you.
You've been at two different places that I've been to with you guys already.
Like total throughout the history of the show, I think we've been in about 10 places or so.
I was at a house the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Was that on Independence Avenue?
I don't remember.
Like,
it may have been.
We've had some interesting locations, to say the least, but this is by far our favorite, Studio 4 at the Ice House here.
And one we've had about the longest.
Yeah, the one that we've had about the longest or so, because they don't kick you out if you pay the bills.
Right. Well,
weird thing.
That helps.
But man, it's good to see you again. We haven't spoken quite some time. The last time we actually ran into each other was at the Rock and Comedy Festival in 2005, of which we had a date and we were all gung-ho to host this thing. We were very excited. It was one of the first live shows that we were actually going to host. And then
that's when we had the Big Dumb Fun Show girl search. Remember, we had all those girls on the stage.
Search for the Big Dumb Fun Show girl.
Big Dumb Fun Show shirts on.
Yeah, it was a sight to be seen.
It was.
And then it was canceled and then rescheduled for the next show. I don't think as many people came to that second date, but one of the most memorable times was when Gunnerk was on stage. We were all on stage, and we're filling time between the bands because they wouldn't let you tune up beforehand.
Right.
So you had to tune up, and it was very odd. And I think what they thought was that the comedian would come up there and they would do their thing while the band was tuning up, which has got to be
horrible.
Death for a comedian.
Yeah, it's the worst. And then, of course, everybody's in the field out in front of you, any distance away.
Yeah,
and distance is always a death in comedy.
Yeah,
but I'm on stage there,
now.
and it had gotten dark by that point. I don't know, there's probably 5-6 bands that had been on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sports with a guy named Chris was drunk over in one of the tents.
He was.
We have pictures to prove it.
Yeah, we do. And
we're just killing time up there. And I'm like, I go back towards the side of the stage and there I can see between the blocking and the speakers and stuff. There's Phil standing there working on stuff and getting ready to go on stage. And he looks and goes, "Just give me 5 more minutes."
And then we go back and the sound guy is like, "Let's go!
Get off the stage!
Go get off the stage!" And we're like, we're very conflicted here. Very conflicted here. No, but then take us to what happened, because after it was not too long after that, I saw the post. I think it was on MySpace at the time, so you know it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I saw the post. It was like, "Hey, we're hanging our hat, like Swill is of no more."
Yeah, there was a point there where I really got tired of playing live for some reason. I'm just tired of all the garbage. This band's been together for like 12 plus years, so I just got tired of, the clubs that we were playing. Not so much tired of the guys in the band, but just tired of the whole racket. And it was, because it's not what it was 12 years ago. It's just a completely different game. You have now it's just a race against the clock when you play. It's like, get your stuff on and then get it the hell off so the other guys can get their stuff on. And, so it's this big. It's just a big hassle. So I just got tired of it. Said, hey, I don't need this. Done. So
well, this was a side job. You did some graphic work, right?
I had been working for a couple different companies. Gateway for about 8 years, sold computers and stuff, and I drove a cab for a while. In fact, I think maybe at that time I was driving a cab, which was no fun.
No.
But, different jobs, and it just really got kind of sick and tired of it. But then, after a year, I'm like, man, I'm ill and
start itching.
Yeah,
getting the
I
itch.
gotta do this again, man. So the other guys were totally up for it, and we've been cruising ever since. Changed the way we do a few things, and just frequency of shows too. Before we were just playing and playing just to pay practice rent.
Yeah.
For the practice hall. So that's changed. That's not an issue anymore. So we just don't practice.
So you eliminated that obstacle, absolutely.
So now it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, and you brought to light when you came onto our show. You actually brought to light how you were the first, I guess, that said we played a track, and you're like, yeah, that was in my garage. You started really early on that movement where like you could have a CD, and it may have been this CD, And it was just you killed it on it, and we're like, we would have never guessed that this was recorded in your garage. And now we don't talk to a band that doesn't do that.
Yeah. I mean, that was actually recorded in my one-bedroom apartment when I lived
in the bathroom,
on the
right?
A lot of it was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was you could get a computer back then and get some software and just basically bypass the whole, back then, which was like $40 an hour at a studio.
Yeah, the studio and the labels and all that stuff. You could do it all in-house.
I figured, man, I'll take that money and throw it into gear so I can do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Kind of worked out that way. So that one was recorded in my apartment there, and the latest one, Meat, was recorded in my house. So... Yeah, nothing's really changed there.
Yeah, I mean, because this, I think, paved the way locally, and you showed people how to do it.
I think it was part of it, yeah.
And you, when it comes to the poster,
mm-hmm.
I think you really did a lot of work there. Because you were the first one that really had the interesting posters, like the posters that you took a second look to be like, what is that?
Well, that was always the whole objective of the poster was to get that reaction, and also there's just
sometimes
ways
you take a second look and be like, is someone naked on that
right.
poster, or is that a dog? Like you have no idea what's going on, but yet it looked very visually appealing.
It was always really important to us because we're a very, very visual band, and it's always been important to us to have, the biggest poster in the venue. We wanted to make it look like, well, okay, here's this poster for this band, here's this one for this one. Jeez, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
That's, 5 feet tall.
Like, which of these things
wide.
Does not belong here?
Yeah,
it's
which
bam.
one's the one that I want to see? Well, obviously, it's the one with the dog and the girl and the glove, and,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
so
is the show as big as the poster still?
Exactly. Actually, it was like, here's just a small taste.
Because really, the only thing bigger than the poster was the actual show.
Right. Yeah, it had to convey that there was something going to be going on that night.
Something was special.
Yeah.
There's a reason to come back the next day.
Exactly. And that worked out well for us. It really did. I mean, we were the first ones in town to actually have huge posters like that. And I didn't care about color. I just wanted big. So big black and white worked great for me. I used to have people come up and ask me, where do you get these done? And for a while I wouldn't tell them.
Yeah, because you know that they're going to do it.
It's a secret, But
well, and Gnurk kind of hit the nail on the head there. When we come back, I want to talk about your stage show, what it used to be, what it is now, some of the venues that you were kicked out of.
Right on.
Now they don't exist.
And some of the venues that you're going to be performing at.
Some of the venues you are going to be kicked out of. So I want to talk all about that, your upcoming dates. But first I want to listen to
Half Past a Monkey's Ass by Swill on the Big Dumb Fun Show.